of Jonsey's potential death or departure time, and losing his most loyal companion, Chapter 5 Season 1, where he was common, where the legend sacrifices themselves so that their allies can pursue revenge and carry on their legacy, which seems to be what Jonsey is facing. We know that in this season, Jonsey received Captain America's shield from Steve Rogers himself to aid in the battle against Doom, but a recently revealed loading screen shows Hope wielding the shield in the fight against Doom. Additionally, concept art for the loading screen features 2 other variations that suggest Jonsey's sacrifice. In one, Hope is seen holding a broken Captain America shield, reminiscent of the final battle in Avengers Endgame. In another, Hope is depicted with Jonsey's iconic pickaxe from his current backpack, which also symbolizes his potential end. Shadows this entire time. The last time we saw Valeria was almost a year ago, during the first season of Chapter 5. Back then, we had no idea that opening Pandora's box would lead to the events we're experiencing now. And that got me thinking, what if Valeria has been working for Doom all along? This would explain her motivation to find and open Pandora's box. Up until now, we had no clue why Hope's sister was so intent on locating and opening the box, only to vanish afterward. She probably knew exactly what kind of power was sealed within, and after the box was opened, she went into hiding, waiting for Doom to make his move on the island. Now, you can find her favorite book in one of the castle's towers, along with her beloved telescope. This almost certainly means she's working for Doom, but to what end? As we know, Hope is the main character in an ancient prophecy, and she's not exactly thrilled about it. She spent all this time trying to escape her fate, so she can do things her own way. Even now, while the other heroes are busy saving the Zero reality, Hope is searching for a way to defy the path that the Oracle predicted for her. But what if Hope and Valeria have the same goal? To free themselves from the chains of destiny. With the start of this season, we finally learned that the gods Pandora's destiny. It's likely that the future of each society member has been predetermined by an ancient prophecy that is now on the brink of fulfillment, with Hope playing a major role. Now, each sister is trying to break free from the grasp of fate, one by siding with Doom, and the other by turning back time to prevent Pandora's box from ever being opened. Both of them will soon face and it looks like we're in for a rather bittersweet ending. Yes, a happy ending, but with a twist. Charlie Wen is turning Fortnite's plot into a full-fledged story, where the heroes don't always win and must face real challenges. As Doom inches closer to victory, Hope and Jonsey find themselves at a crossroads. These two are facing a villain unlike any they've encountered before in the history of Zero reality. On one hand, Jonsey is trying to keep moving, doing whatever he can to avoid sitting idle as defeat looms. For example, he's managed to track the supply routes for the materials Doom is using to create his armor, giving our heroes a rough idea of where Doom might be hiding. On the other hand, Hope seems to be struggling with the realization that she's destined to fulfill an ancient prophecy by defeating the Wanderer, who is none other than Dr. Doom. The burden of organizing such a team, combined with the weight of her destiny, is taking its toll, and right now, the cards aren't exactly stacked in her favor. We already know that the heroes, or loopers as they're called, are going to lose their first battle for the island. The Oracle has been pretty clear about this, predicting that victory lies in his prophecies. It's hard to say where and how this battle will take place, but where is the real Doom, you ask? That question is partially answered by the latest storyline challenges. Dr. Doom has been busy crafting a new suit of armor, and we're finally starting to understand its purpose.
Looks like it belonged to him, Doom.
Further investigation reveals that Dr. Doom Needster still holds some untapped power that Doom wasn't able to fully absorb the first time around. According to him, reopening the box is extremely dangerous, as the energy within is so powerful and chaotic that it could hardly be controlled. When Doom tried to harness this power before, it damaged part of his armor, specifically his mask. He also began to feel an overwhelming hunger, chaos, and weakness, almost as if the box was trying to take control of him. To prevent this, Doom has hidden away, leaving his Doombot to handle any resistance.
Doom's off somewhere building himself some new armor. He's using Doombot technology to control his army remotely.
If he were to fight,
If Doom's building new armor, he has to be sending those armor materials to himself.
The second part of the storyline, a strange circle at the center of the board. I'm almost certain this circle represents the 0 point, and it's clear that Doom knows all about it. So, what's his endgame? If the theory holds true, Doom might be planning to use these as an unlimited energy source, which would make all his plans unstoppable. If Doom succeeds, the fate of the island, and possibly all of Fortnite, could be sealed. But it's only one of the many obstacles our heroes will face. But that's not all. Dr. Doom is about to summon another powerful villain, Mephisto. In the latest updates, it's becoming increasingly clear that Doom intends to bring Mephisto into our world. And we're not talking about some third-rate demon. This is the real deal, the devil himself, who's powerful enough to challenge even Doom. Near the forge, a summoning circle has appeared, and it's likely that Doom will use the energy he obtained from Pandora's box to bring Mephisto into our reality. As we remember, the box is almost directly connected to the underworld, as it contained not only catastrophic disasters, but also dangerous souls. However, Mephisto's summoning has a very specific purpose. It's highly likely that Doom wants to resurrect his mother, Cynthia von Doom, who was trapped in Mephisto's realm after where a ruthless tyrant ruled, terrorizing the citizens. His mother, Cynthia, made a pact with the demon Mephisto to gain superhuman powers in order to save Latveria from the tyrant. However, before she could use her powers, she was hunted down by witch hunters. This, along with his father's death a few years later, turned Victor into a vengeful villain. His vengeance was directed at the demon who manipulated his mother and the tyrant whose actions led to it. He no longer had any close ties to anchor him. As he grew older, he studied magic and absorbed the world's knowledge, which led to his recruitment at a prestigious university. Utilizing the university's resources, he built a machine to access hell and rescue his mother. But the machine malfunctioned and scarred his face. Doom returned to Latveria, where he encountered a monastery in the mountains. The monks believed he would lead them, and forged special armor for him. That's when Victor donned the title of Dr. Doom with his new mask. Using his intellect and magic, he defeated the tyrant and conquered Latveria. It was then that he became convinced he was the only person capable of ruling the world, and that he was the only one who could fix it. After conquering Earth, he set his sights on other worlds.
I will set this place to order. I will make it perfect, my gentle
Mephisto to try and defeat him. How exactly the resurrection will go down is still unknown. Personally, I doubt Mephisto will simply hand Cynthia over to Doom just because he asks nicely. There's a good chance Doom will have to force Mephisto's hand, possibly by giving him a good beating first. I'd definitely be interested in seeing that showdown. How about you? But here's the kicker. Cynthia is a powerful sorceress, and her abilities were passed down to Victor Doom. This means she could become yet another significant threat to the island. With her help, Doom could pull off something even bigger than reopening Pandora's box. Considering all the hints we've been given, it looks like the heroes might lose yet another battle to Doom. The storyline is already heating up. Hope and Jones have teamed up with Shuri, and they're setting up new rift beacons. At first, I thought these beacons were for summoning more heroes, but it turns out Shuri has a different plan. She's trying to send Dr. Doom and his castle back to his reality. But spoiler alert, her plan totally fails. Why, you ask? Well, it turns out there's a mole within the island's saviors, leaking all the info straight to Doom. But who could it be? No one knows yet. That's why I'm proposing a comments, but make sure to back them up with some solid reasoning. Don't just drop random guesses. Personally, I think the traitor might be the Oracle, which turns out to be Valeria. Let's see what you've got in store. It feels like just yesterday that Dr. Doom, with all his brilliance, crafted an indestructible suit of armor, massive rift above Doom's castle, using the beacons to send him far away from the island. Together, she and Jones positioned 3 additional beacons around Doom's castle. But, as you might expect, things didn't go as smoothly as they had hoped. If they had, the season would have already concluded by September 4th. It seems that someone was aware of our hero's intentions. Doom managed to intercept the beacon signals and sent us a chilling message.
finally cross in combat. I expect to find you wanting.
I must confess, I have no clear idea who the traitor might be. However, all signs point to Mysterio. It makes the most sense. If you recall, Doom's mansion is equipped with a room full of monitors and surveillance cameras. These could be Mysterio's eyes, allowing him to watch every corner of the island. If we don't address him, our hero's plans are bound to fail. Fortunately, the Oracle has shared some vital information with Hope and Jones. Dr. Doom has ensnared the entire island in an illusion, instilled fear and paranoia into the loopers. Some have even gone so far as to join Doom's Latverian infantry, where they've been implanted with mind-controlling chips. We learned about these chips during the first week of the trials, but now the pieces of the puzzle are coming together. Even the developers are dropping subtle hints. For instance, in one of the new posters added with the latest update, there's a small but significant detail. If you read the red highlighted words, they form the phrase, "all lies." This reinforces the notion that nothing on the island is as it appears. According to the latest polls, Jones believes that Doom's magic has spread far and wide. How else can we explain the fact that almost 70% of the loopers now support Doom? Things have escalated to the point where even Hope has succumbed to Doom's influence. Remember when I mentioned that our Hope was grappling with emotional turmoil? It turns out that Mysterio was the mastermind behind everything. He's been expertly keeping up the illusion that Doom created. In the upcoming story missions, we'll need to take down Mysterio once and for all. By breaking his illusion, our heroes will free the trapped loopers and help Hope regain her strength. Fierce battle with Hope. If you take a closer look, you'll spot some important details that hint at what's coming in the season's final event. First, it seems that Doom has absorbed the remaining power of Pandora's box. This could explain why he appears so enormous, almost as if he's downed an entire truckload of slurp. Take a closer look at the energy beam Doom is unleashing from his hand. It's different from his usual power. Normally, Doom's magic is green, but here, the beam is yellow-orange. This indicates that he has completely absorbed Pandora's power, making him even more formidable. Meanwhile, Hope is wielding Jones's shield, which raises an important question. Why is she using the shield instead of Jones? It's possible that Jones lent her the shield for the battle, but that seems unlikely. Even more intriguing is the leaked concept art showing Hope holding the shield, now broken. This clearly references Captain America's shattered shield after his fight with Thanos in Avengers Endgame. However, this situation is distinct. There's a chance that Jones might sacrifice himself to protect Hope and the island's inhabitants. In the latest update, Jones has moved from the ship at warehouse to a small house near the cultural theater. With this move came new dialogue, which may hint at his fate. Jones mentions that this confrontation could be his last. Knowing Epic Games, they wouldn't include such a line without a purpose. If we examine Jones' character development throughout Chapter 5, it becomes clear that he might not survive this battle. The character description even includes a line that states, "It's time to forget about revenge and do something heroic. It's time to become Captain Jones." When we combine this with Jones's dialogue and the fact that Hope is using his shield, it seems likely that this chapter may mark Jones's final stand. Since Hope entered the storyline, it's evident that Epic Games aims to take Fortnite's lore in a new direction. Jones has been our last link to the old Fortnite, and with his potential departure, the developers would have the perfect chance to reboot the entire storyline. We've seen major characters sacrifice themselves before, like Paradigm, who gave her life to restore Zero reality after the Chrome event. It's all just speculation at this point. Jones might pull through, or he could take a hiatus from the story for a few seasons. Still, I can't shake the feeling that this time around, Jones is destined to become a true legend. The title of legend won't be laughed at anymore, unlike in earlier chapters.
Hey, so big guy, after this I think it's time I get my own 70 name.
No.
Now just stay with me here. Like what about the Infiltrator, or ooh, the Hunter, ooh, the Legend.
However, this also suggests Jones or lose him, we'll meet in Chapter 2 OG. So guys, hit this notifications bell and don't forget to subscribe. And remember, as long as the story's tight, Fortnite's alright. And may the Force be with you guys. Take care.